Hello and welcome. Unlike a car where you just pull over if you break down, it is very different in a plane. Landing away from airports usually doesn't end well. Giving your expected time of arrival to a responsible person or a search and rescue organisation is good practice. Brazilian pilot Antonio Senna, aged 36, went missing on January 28 this year after running into engine trouble on a short flight to a gold mine in the Brazilian state of Pará. Mr. Senna, the only person on the small aircraft, was flying on assignment for Garimpeiros. These are wildcat miners who operate illegal mines in Brazil. Flying for them is risky but not illegal. With a failed engine and a near full fuel tank, the experienced pilot knew his best chance for survival was a forced landing in a clearing in the jungle. He crashed his Cessna 210 near palm trees, as that usually meant water was nearby. He survived the impact and managed to escape through the windshield and scurry away with just moments to spare before the plane burst into flames. The pilot, who had previously studied how to survive the harsh Amazon jungle, had a backpack filled with essentials including water and a bag of bread rolls, lighters, pocket knife, torch, rope and mobile phone, even though there was no reception, but it did have a good amount of battery, and a spare change of clothes. He sustained no major injuries except for a few big cuts. Mr. Senna knew search and rescue teams would be sent to find him and hoped the gap that the plane caused in the jungle canopy would mean they could see him. But the fast-growing palm trees quickly closed the gap, and the pilot was devastated to hear several times rescue aircraft circling overhead before flying away. Flights go missing over the Amazon with such frequency that Brazilian officials usually call off searches after just a few days, with the chance of finding someone incredibly rare. He spent a few days staying with the scorched wreckage before deciding to search for help in the largest rainforest on Earth. He used the last of the battery life on his phone to open an offline geolocation app and determine the direction of the Paru River that was more than 96 kilometres away, which was the closest spot he thought would be inhabited. Mr. Senna spent his mornings walking and in the afternoons setting up shelter from the rain. He knew he was under constant threat from Amazon's notorious jaguars, anacondas and poisonous snakes. He found a new source of food called baru, a small pink fruit he watched spider monkeys eat, but his weight was plummeting and his weakening body was struggling to continue. Over 3 weeks he trekked about 27 kilometres. Remember, this is through dense jungle. By day 36 he was losing the will to go on. As he dragged himself across a small river, he stumbled across a rare sight in the Amazon. Humans! They were Brazil nut collectors who were searching deeper in the jungle than usual for their bounty. Mr. Senna said he approached one of the men with caution. He looked me up and down. I was this burly guy with ripped clothes, and he said, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" I just said, "Please give me some of those nuts. I'm really hungry." After being winched from the jungle by a rescue helicopter, Mr. Senna was taken to a hospital. He had lost about 25 kilos, but only needed to be treated for dehydration and mild injuries. His tearful reunion with his family on March 6 was broadcast on Brazilian television, giving hope to a nation devastated by the COVID-19 crisis. The only thing that kept me strong and enabled me to come out of that situation alive was the love I have for my family, the desire I had to see my parents, my brother and sister again, he told media. What is missing in this story is whether he planned to install an emergency locator beacon in his next plane. In Australia, a place with many inhospitable areas, it is necessary to have an ELT on an aircraft that is flying more than 50 nautical miles from the aerodrome of departure. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe and like to promote further content.